What's up guys, I'm Kel, Red Zone Rogue, and today we're going to talk about the newest Force of Will cluster, New Valhalla. So we're going to talk about the rulers in this cluster in this video. There haven't been like the ruler cards spoiled yet, but they did put an article out that went over like what the rulers are going to be and what characters are going to be. Basically there are 10 new factions, and each faction will have a ruler, and every starter deck will have 2 of those rulers in them. There will not be rulers in the booster boxes, so you buy your starter decks, you get all 10 rulers, and you're good to go. And then you supplement those rulers with like runic abilities, or I think it's just called runes. And when those come out, when more information on that whole stuff, once we finally see some cards, maybe I'll talk about that. But for now, let's just go over the factions and we'll go over the rulers, because I think these are actually really cool. I really like the Valhalla flavor, and I really like the art. So let's kick it off with the Country of the Sun Minerva. The Minerva's chief god, so each of these has a chief god and they also have a ruler. So the chief god is Odin, which is badass, and the ruler is Brunhild. And it seems like this one is going to be a really low cost, go wide, like little swarm strategy kind of thing going on. Each faction also has their own like strategy. And it also says the blessings of the sun protect Minerva's warriors, granting them immunity from death. I'm not really sure how that's going to manifest inside the game, but I think it's really cool, and I really love the flavor of this, like the whole Valkyrie and Odin kind of thing. I think it's really sweet. And if you want to know more information about all of this stuff, there is a link to the article on the Force of Will main website in the description down below. I forgot to go over that at the beginning, but I'm going to try to make this video pretty quick. So the second one is Moonlit Paradise, Lunar Heaven. The chief god is Zeus, so it is Valhalla, but it's not all Norse mythology. There's a whole bunch of different kind of mythologies in here, which is pretty sweet. And the ruler is Adam Sekhart. And we saw Adam Sekhart as a resonator in the Winds of the Ominous Moon set. The images that you're seeing right now are of angels, and that's kind of like one of the themes for the Lunar Haven, or Lunar Heaven. This faction has a lot of flying resonators, so like angels, and it gives them, there's like a lot of like recovery of health and barrier type mechanics, like defensive stuff. And those are the 2 light factions, the Minerva and Lunar Heaven. The next one is one of the fire factions, City of Mirage, Sandora. And it's like a fucking city in a desert, and it's called Sandora. I don't know, guys. But this is really cool. It's Egyptian themed. And Sandora's chief god is Atum. I think that's how everyone's going to say Autumn, but I'm pretty sure it's like Atum. And the ruler is Isis. So that's really cool. She looks awesome. I don't know if this is actually the ruler, but this art is really cool. And it looks like this one's going to be more of like a direct damage and burn type strategy. The next fire one is the Land of Fire Ambition Kunlun, or Kunlun. I'm not sure how to pronounce like Chinese stuff, but Kunlun's chief god is Genshi Tensen, and the ruler is Fuji, which is sweet. This art looks awesome, as you can see here, whatever I'm putting on the screen right now. Either way, it looks really cool. And it looks like this one's going to be like a dragon and resonator style strategy. It says humans and tigers start the fight, and then there's like dragons. So it looks like the smaller resonators are going to be humans and tigers, and the bigger resonators are going to be dragons. Pretty cool. It also says that Fuji, the king of Kunlun, is truly capable of controlling dragons. He's the only one. Anyway, let's start talking about the water ones. So the first water one is the Knight's Castle in the Sky, Sky Round. So Sky Round's chief god is Deus Ex Machina, which is a concept, but I guess it's also a being. And its ruler is Arthur. So this is kind of like the whole Knights of the Round Table kind of thing, which is really cool. And they've all turned into like these mechanized cyborg characters. The whole like Sky Round is called Merlin, which I think is a cool take, because you know the whole Knights of the Round Table, but instead of a table you have like this giant sky fortress, and it's called Merlin. I think it's cool. It looks like a lot of these will have +1/+100 counter strategies and synergies, and like putting counters on and then removing them to do effects and that kind of stuff, which is pretty cool. The next water one is Forest of the Lost, Misty Woods. And it says Misty Woods' chief god is Loki, and the ruler is Loki. So that's very interesting. I guess we're going to be seeing some Loki. You can see some art here, which is some I don't know how you're gonna put this. Cheshire Cat Witch wannabe thing. I don't really know, but it looks like this one's going to be focusing on awakening effects. The first of the Wind faction is the village of the spirited away Koga, and Koga's chief god is Bastet, and its ruler is Hanzo. And Hanzo is like a cat ninja. I think it's actually pretty cool looking. All the other ones are trying to be somewhat realistic, except for that weird, not Cheshire Cat thing that we saw. But the cat ninja thing is really cool. He's got a giant fucking, like, it's not a kunai, like a giant shuriken thing. It's really cool. It says that the main race is cat ninjas, and there's a lot of like cat ninja techniques and ninja tools. It says Hanzo is a good balanced ruler who's a jack of all trades but a master of none. I bet he's going to be super OP because he's a wind ruler. But anyway, I think all the cat stuff is really cool. The next wind one is not as cool, but it's interesting. It's the Forgotten Sanctuary Lost Isles, and it says the Lost Isles chief god is Shiva, and the ruler is Shamimi. This is like an Indian mythology base, and also uses like yokai and spirits and big beasts and stuff. It seems like this strategy is going to be like centered around giant resonators and beastie stuff, which is pretty cool. The art is very interesting. I have no idea if this is supposed to be Chamimi, probably. I don't know, but it is. That's what we got. And this next one I think is the most ridiculous, but looks really cool. So it is the Ruins of Never-Ending Rain, Rain Ruins. That's right. The ruins that rains is called Rain Ruins. I read this and my mind exploded. What kind of name is that? It's like the most on the nose name I've ever heard. But Rain Ruins chief god is Satan and its ruler is Lucifer. So this one's kind of like your, Christian mythology stuff mixing in, but it's like this dark angel, fallen angel, demon stuff. It's really cool. It says this one features like hand disruption and weakening enemies, and then having like big demons and stuff. And the final faction is the Bottomless Chasm of Death, the Abyss. And this is also another really weird one. It says the Abyss's chief god is Hel, spelled H-E-L, which is, it's actual a Norse god. And the ruler is Lich. Yep, that's his name. His name is Lich, which, if you don't know, a Lich is a type of undead. So that's like saying the ruler is named Zombie. That's what it is. A Lich is like a wizard zombie. Well, really powerful wizard zombie, but the name is ridiculous. Maybe that's not his actual name. Maybe he's Lich on one side, and then he like flips into an actual name. I don't know. It's weird. The art looks really cool. It says this one's going to be featuring like undead creatures and bringing creatures back from the dead, which is really sweet. And all in all, guys, I think this is shaping up to be really cool. I love all of the art featured so far. I'm really excited to play with these 10 rulers. The fact that they come in the starter decks and not the boxes is a little weird. I hope they're still able to put some really cool chase cards in the booster boxes. Maybe like Uber versions of the rulers or something. But I'm really looking forward to the new Valhalla, and I hope you guys are too. I'm obviously getting all the starter decks. I'm going to be opening up at least 3 boxes of the set when it comes out in a couple months, and I hope you guys will be there to watch the stuff, because I'm pretty stoked. So yeah, guys, I hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think about New Valhalla in the comments below. Let me know what you think of the Sand City being called Sandora, and the fucking Rainy Ruins being called Rain Ruins, and the fucking Lich guy having his name be Lich as his proper name. My mind is blown. The naming, I don't even know. Anyway, guys, I will catch you all later.